The extent of the impact of this report clearly goes wider than Ghana, but also across the West Africa region. It is important in terms of supporting the work of the Electoral Commission, the National Media Commission, National Civic Information. So I think it should be used for that purpose. It should be used to inform your work, to communicate, to work across civil society, work across political parties, work across media. As we saw recently, Ghana went through its election, presidential and parliamentary, and I want to commend the work of all of you, the people of Ghana, the political parties, the Electoral Commission, for really being a champion of democracy for Ghana, but also for the region and internationally, showing what you can do and why it's important for democracy to flourish in a society such as Ghana and otherwise. I was lucky enough to be here for those elections, so I witnessed some of the activities, and it is really pleasing to see the work of all the civil society organizations, the Electoral Commission and others to ensure that Ghanaians have a voice and they shape their government of the future. Through that process, we obviously saw lots of information, lots of people talking, lots of information on social media, mass media, and it's important in this context to be able to identify what really is accurate, what is important, and what could be acted upon. Safeguarding against the risk of misinformation is a key to further deepen Ghana's democracy. It is therefore important to ensure that all possible efforts are combined to prevent the interference of other states through misinformation and disinformation. In line with our objective as the UK government in Ghana, to partner Ghana in providing support to promote good governance and deepen democracy, we are very happy to be able to partner with the Media Foundation for West Africa on this initiative, documenting the extent to which misinformation and disinformation exist in Ghana and its impact and the response that we should all be able to act upon. Given recent events within the region, within the West African sub-region, with regards to the impact of misinformation and disinformation threats by other states and otherwise, it is crucial that we collectively make efforts to increase public awareness of misinformation and disinformation and its negative impacts. An important step to ensuring this is to understand the extent of misinformation and disinformation in Ghana. And so this research report is extremely timely to help that process. Positive efforts to counter the risks of misinformation and disinformation ultimately feed into the broader efforts to preserve peace and stability that Ghana relatively enjoys within the region, and also promoting good governance and democracy across Ghana. I mentioned media at the outset, and I mentioned it for a reason. An independent, credible, and impartial media contributes to information hygiene and fosters confidence among its citizens. In view of this, the UK is supporting training 75 journalists and 25 social media influencers by the Media Foundation for West Africa last year was a key intervention, and we're proud of this achievement. We will continue to support media in Ghana and across the world to do their job. They are the fourth estate. They are incredibly important to democracy and governance across Ghana and the globe. We hope knowledge acquired from these capacity building sessions have equipped beneficiaries with new skills to help prevent the spread of misinformation and disinformation. We also hope that the beneficiaries would be able to transfer their knowledge to other colleagues within the media space. Given the important role that political parties play in managing and sharing information, we have also partnered the Media Foundation for West Africa to sensitize 122 political party officials about their role in countering misinformation and disinformation and propaganda narratives in the lead up to the elections last year. I urge all journalists and social media influencers, as well as representatives of political parties and us as citizens, because we also are informants, influencers, to make a commitment to be agents of change to help curb the threats of misinformation and disinformation in Ghana. It's worth noting that targeted misinformation and disinformation campaigns by others tend to undermine democratic values and increase volatility. This is evident in the region, but across the world. It's therefore necessary to ensure that Ghana is ready and committed to protect the stability and peace to further enhance your democracy and development, which we are keen to partner in. We can collectively do this by increasing our awareness of misinformation and disinformation to be able to counter such threats. So as I said at the outset, this is why this study report is so vital in our work, across governments, across civil society, across citizens, and across the state institutions.